Hey folks, well, this is what our end of September growing patch looks like. But yeah, let me get in here to really show you what's going on. Yes, wearing clothes, so that's already a sign of the times. Well, let me show you what's growing here at the moment. This haven't come out in a few days because it's been rainy and very cold. So there's still plenty of these guys, of which I am picking for the lads' fruit salad today. I'm on a new kind of diet, which means I don't eat fruit as much and freely as I used to, which is interesting because I think whenever, we have a habit, it's always interesting to turn it inside out and see what it's like to live a different way. Wow, look at all these red ones here. Anyway, I didn't just come here to drag you with me to pick the raspberries in September, but look at these fennel seeds. If you have fennel in your garden, you'll know that it's so prolific with what it gives you. I love those, and there's also loads of tarragon still growing. Tarragon is a lovely savory herb you can put in salads and cooked stuff. When it's raw, it's like a licorice savory kind of a taste. So what is licorice? It's just like a bit nutty, a bit sweet, but because tarragon is usually used in savory dishes, it just gives it a little, it's very subtle in a way, because even though when you chew it raw, it's really interesting, I think that when I put it into cooked things, it kind of, loses its kind of, I don't know, jizz or something. Meanwhile, there's not much I can show you from here, but this is, if you know the kind of superfood, the goji berry, this is from a goji berry plant that I got at the local garden centre here in Scariff. There were lovely purple flowers on it. I've never seen any flowers or any berries on this growing, but sure, maybe it takes a while to get established. Meanwhile, I pick another one of you guys, and there's also, this summer it was really exciting to go for some lovely, we don't have to live in Spain to get this growing in our own garden, but of course in Spain it does grow a lot freer. So let me just step out again. Got my little not wild, but they freely volunteered here, the parsley kindergarten, so they're growing everywhere. You hear them laughing at us? Yeah. And this is another bush that I bought from Martina's shop, and it's never produced any sort of, it's lovely flowers, but it's supposed to be, it's Lonicera, so that's from the honeysuckle family. It was supposed to be giving us some kind of fruit, but I've never seen any fruit. Maybe the birds always get it, I don't know. I'd love to see it though. If they do, then fair play. Yeah, so going back here, so the raspberries are starting to die back. I want to be cutting them down this year because look how they get to be a bit of a forest here, which is grand. All the fruit is up at the top now. But here, can you see it's going over to the neighbor's yard? Is my, I want to say my pride, but it kind of does it all by itself. It's my joy, for sure. I love this fig tree. And yes, did get a couple of figs this year. There would have been more, except that wasps had discovered it as well. So, I guess I want to show you something in here. Right, gonna go in the other way. So, okay, I'm gonna bravely step in. Whoa. Rocky here. Rocky Road to Dublin. Face to face with these guys again. Plenty of ye. Bless ye. Jerusalem artichokes grow year round. I never harvest them. Just let them grow. There's the horseradish, which I'm not too bothered by seeing it full of holes because apparently it grows and takes over your garden. And as you can see, but you can't really appreciate it because of camera angles and all that, but this is a massive leaf, probably as tall as I am. Oh, my ginkgo tree, grown in amongst these. I must sort of try to rescue it maybe. Ginkgo. And I'm coming from the other side of the fig, you see. And what I wanted to show you was this. Momento. Let's step in here somehow and start. More of these guys. So as you can see, having these raspberry canes are amazing. I don't know if they're all equal, but my raspberry canes give, which I got from my friend Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. Yeah, 3 times a year. See, it's true, 3 times a year, and it's just amazing. They really do sustain us. I mean, I take into freezing most of them, because I guess I shouldn't freebie eat as much as I can all the time. Okay, so like this is what I want to show you. You see it there? That's what happens when the wasps discover, ooh, there's a fig growing here. So yeah, that's what happened. And you can see all the ferny stuff growing around it. The ferny stuff is, guess what? It is asparagus. Yes, it is. So here you might recognize the way the stalks look. I'm in the undergrowth, underbrush of it all. And here we can see the heart of the horseradish as well, just in there. And yeah, this asparagus is growing everywhere as well. I'll zoom you out a bit, you can see it a bit better. But yeah, you know what I'm thinking? I guess the asparagus is like the Jerusalem artichoke in that I just never really tended it. I suppose if I had cut it down, then the tender new shoots that come up, that's what people eat as asparagus shoots. Anyway, you get the gist of what's growing here. I'll show you all the perennial herbs that are growing here: rosemary, sage, parsley, tarragon, winter savory. I don't know if summer savory would have kept on. It got very cold, which is why a lot of things had died back. I used to have chamomile growing here in the bed as well, and it hasn't showed up for a bit, so I mean for this season, so I think I'm going to have to just reseed it, because I love chamomile. I don't drink it so much as I just love the smell of it, and I just love looking at it. Just really just lifts my heart somehow. Just a simple wee thing, and the sweet smell of it. So yeah, I can't wait to kind of put the garden to bed. Although the garden's kind of laughing at me because it's like, you never do anything. You just let us all go whatever we go. It's true. But if I was diligent, then I would kind of, well, trim all these guys, trim the raspberries, prune them down, and then mulch down the beds. I love to go and get seaweed to mulch these beds with, and trim some of the stuff like, old brown leaves and stuff like this, standing like this. As you can see, it wants to give fruit. It's like a balancing act. Like, do I let this keep growing in these tall formations so that I can reap the fruit from it, or do I cut some down to bring more air and light? But of course, when the ground is covered by these tall guys, then it's a kind of a natural mulch cover as well. So yeah, as I was saying, it's all a balancing. It's all a kind of balancing out what the needs and the wants are from this growing patch. I'm gonna get up here as well now. But yeah, so how does your garden grow? Did you grow prolifically this year, this summer, and you had loads of zucchini and cucumbers maybe if you grew those, or even tomatoes? I didn't grow any. I wouldn't have liked to. Just wasn't around to really, give the care and attention to tomatoes and zucchini that I would like to if I do that. Last year, my celery went to seed. Didn't really harvest any celery stalks, but instead let them all go to seed. So I'm looking forward to harvesting some seed. And yeah, and not even seed to use as growing material, but culinary, like to use it in the kitchen, because yeah, I mean, it's using these things really in my everyday cooking. Otherwise, it's like, well, if I really want to have a growing patch, maybe if it's stuff that I use, then I'm better off just growing more fruit bushes and things like that. There's actually also nut trees in here. There's the cultivated form of the hazelnut. What do they call that? Is that the filbert, I think? And also strawberry trees. And of course, you saw the ginkgo there. The fig tree. After the first year and me getting 2 fat, juicy figs, I just wanted to grow more of the trees. This year there was loads more than 2, but as we saw, the wasps discovered it as well. Yeah, here it is. Again, this is what can happen to you. I think this is another one than the one I showed you, though. This is a different one. Have you had run-ins with other inhabitants munching on your figs? Yes, that is another one. That's one. and that's the other one. So there was two more in you know, all the figs that I could have been eating this year. There's this now, which I don't think they're going to ripen in time. The person that I could pick them and ferment them and make fermented veggies with those green figs, but I don't think I'm going to bother because, you know, just to do that, I have to kind of be on the case for 4 weeks to make sure the fermentation is going smoothly and not growing mold. So there's so many things one can do when you have a growing patch. You know, it depends how you want to use it. And for me, having grown extensively nearly 20 years ago, probably more than 20 years ago, I just know the responsibility, and that means avoiding food waste as well. When you've gone to the trouble to grow all these beautiful things, to make use of them as well, and without having a car, just knowing that I'm not going to be able to just say, hey, you know, I'll bring these, I don't know, box of potatoes to you or anything like that. So I avoided by tending the more perennial crops. So I have, they're in pots growing kiwis and what else? Some strawberries and a lot of apple trees and the cultivated hazelnut trees. And yeah, just loving the development of things like these goji berry vines and the ginkgo trees, the strawberry trees, to see one day will they give fruit, you know, and that lonicera, that honeysuckle fruiting bush as well, which I've never seen a fruit from. Beautiful flowers though. Okay, that's it for me. It is September 28th, nearly the day of St. Michael's feast, the 29th of September. And we're practically in October now. So far, no frosts yet, but they're just around the corner. Got very cold here with some stormy weather, and I think we're having a day of reprieve, you know, just resting and gathering things in before it all starts over again and getting wet. On that note, I am glad that it is not WET today, and I hope that you are enjoying your outdoor spaces and your growing spaces as much as you can here at this point in late September. Okay, see you again. Enjoy.